Think back to the last time that you've eaten at a Chinese restaurant. Did you get the little folded cookie with the fortune in the middle? You would think that it must be such a popular piece of Chinese cuisine, but in reality, they're not Chinese at all. Today, I am here to inform my audience of friends and family about the origin and meaning behind this popular cookie. I will discuss three main points, those points being the origin of the fortune cookie, the meaning behind the fortune cookie, and the common misconception that the fortune cookie is part of Chinese culture. Now, let's take a closer look at my main points. First, we're going to look at my first point, the origin of the fortune cookie. Most people assume that the fortune cookie originally comes from China due to the connection most make with Chinese restaurants in the United States. However, fortune cookies actually stem from Japanese immigrants who traveled to California in the early 1900s. They came to the United States with their recipe called Tzuria Zenbei, which translates to fortune cracker. According to a 2021 article from History.com written by Michael Lee, the Tzuria Zenbei was larger and darker and was made out of sesame and miso instead of vanilla and butter used in today's versions of the cookie. It is said that they had more of a toasted flavor, whereas today they are more of a sweet treat. The cookies may have looked and tasted different, but they still have the small paper fortunes that we still see today. An article from Celebrate California Library's website explains that the popularity of the fortune cookie soared after World War II. Enlisted men returning from the Pacific Theater Pass through San Francisco would receive cookies at San Francisco's Chinese restaurants, after the Chinese restaurants adopted the recipe from Chinese immigrants. Now that we know where fortune cookies come from, let's take a look at my second point. For my second point, we're going to take a deeper dive into the meaning of the fortune cookie. Every time you open a fortune cookie, you get an excited feeling, and the feeling of the unknown of what your fortune is going to say. According to a Fortune and Frame article written by Ali Berloco titled The Meaning and Symbolism Behind Fortune Cookies, the fortune cookie is a symbol of luck, wisdom, fate, and all that is unknown. The special part many people take away from a fortune cookie is that it is meant to be. Out of every cookie that you could have picked, that one was picked specifically for you. Now, moving on to my third point, which is that fortune cookies often get mistaken for Chinese culture. It is common for people to use fortune cookies and takeout boxes as a symbol of Chinese culture. Doing this can misrepresent and stereotype Chinese people. There are several misconceptions about the true origin of the fortune cookie because of how popular they are at Chinese restaurants in the United States. This common misconception has made the fortune cookie be misused as a symbol of Chinese culture. According to a 2008 article by Jennifer Lee in the New York Times titled Solving a Riddle Wrapped in a Mystery Inside a Cookie, a woman named Yasuko Nakamachi has dedicated several years to collect research to explain why people associate the cookies with China. She also was a believer that fortune cookies originated in China until she traveled to Japan and saw the original fortune cracker for herself. Interestingly enough, according to Jennifer Lee, the author of the Fortune Cookie Chronicles, most people in China have never even seen fortune cookies before. She explains that the cookie became popular in the United States after being adopted by Chinese restaurants, even though it actually originated from Chinese or Japanese bakers. In conclusion, my 3 points being that fortune cookies originally stem from Japan, and fortune cookies are unique to you and are a symbol of luck, wisdom, and fate. They are often stereotyped as Chinese culture when they are actually Japanese. In conclusion, the fortune cookie is more than just a sweet treat at the end of your meal. It shows a story of immigration, culture, and inaccurate stereotypes. So, next time you crack into a fortune cookie, don't forget the true origin and meaning behind them.